Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds. In the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman told Ryan Reynolds in 2021 he'd return as Wolverine after saying 4 years earlier he'd never come back doing the movie Logan.
Ryan Reynolds is adored for his quick wit, charm, and hilarious social media presence, but not everyone sees him as Hollywood's perfect star. Over the years, some celebrities have made surprising remarks about him, hinting at a different side fans might not expect. Whether through playful jabs, cryptic warnings, or behind-the-scenes stories, these moments sparked curiosity. Could there be more to Reynolds than meets the eye? From unexpected feuds to eyebrow-raising anecdotes, let's explore the times when fellow stars subtly, or not so subtly, warned us about Ryan Reynolds.
Person who wrote to me said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds. And now I look at him and I just go, how did I not see this? This is the backstory. Comes to set, reviews the dailies, or the raw footage, whatever that was shot today, reviews the script, and then he goes into his trailer, allegedly. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I don't want to be involved in melodrama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. And all of the production assistants overheard the argument. Okay, now what was at the root of that argument? We don't know, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows what led him to even visit on this day? And the person says that from that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there basically every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from Justin Baldoni.
Many celebrities have shared their experiences working with Ryan Reynolds, and while most praise his humor and charisma, some have hinted at a more chaotic or even unsettling side. One notable example comes from Jake Gyllenhaal, who starred alongside Reynolds in the 2017 sci-fi thriller Life. While promoting the film, Gyllenhaal jokingly admitted that working with Reynolds was a challenge, not because of the film's intensity, but due to Reynolds' relentless antics on set. The two developed a strong friendship, but Gyllenhaal revealed that Reynolds' humor and constant pranks often disrupted filming. There were moments when they struggled to stay professional, finding it nearly impossible to keep a straight face.
Your movie, Life.
Yeah.
This is you and Ryan Reynolds.
The set was crazy. International Space Station, the whole movie takes place zero gravity. We're floating around on wires, and we're being chased by an alien. When we would cut, we just couldn't stop laughing. And producers brought us to the side, and they were like, we need to talk to Ryan and Jake. And they were like, cut it out. We are wasting so much money. That should be fun. Sing a bromance. Instagram.
T.J. Miller, who played Weasel in Deadpool, parted ways with the sequel due to creative differences with Ryan Reynolds. Miller explained that Reynolds, as the face of the franchise, wanted greater control over its direction. He stated, "It became clear that Ryan wanted to be in control. If he decides to control it, then he's going to control it." This divergence in vision ultimately led to Miller's departure from Deadpool 2 Fart, highlighting Reynolds' strong influence over the franchise.
Would I work with him again? No. I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool, and I think it's weird that he hates me.
You know he hates.
We had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me, as if I'm Weasel. Mm-hmm. So he was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star. You do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real
So he's
movie.
riffing.
I just kind of listened and thought it was weird, and then I got a station, I walked over, and the whole crew was acting weird. And then I went up to Kate, and I was like, that was weird, right? And she was like, of course it was weird. It was insane. Everybody was like, why is Ryan doing this? And the other weird thing is, like, you know, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. His Twitter bio is showing you the parts of me that tested the best in focus groups. And I'm not sure that he's joking. I think that Ryan Reynolds, Kate thinks he hates. He's like, Kate thinks he's super frenemy with me, or even just that he hates me. I could see him hating me. But I said on Hot Ones, I went on Hot Ones, and I said that, what was great about Deadpool is they covered up his handsome face because he's so distracting. He must know this, but it's so distracting to look at him, and guys don't want to laugh at him because he looks like the guy that to your high school girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And then girls don't really want to laugh at him. They just think he's cute, so they'll just look at him. Like Ryan Gosling. Girls don't care if he is talking or acting.
Accurate.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So I think, but he's such a good comedian that when you cover his face, he's so quick, he's so funny. So I love him as a comedian.
Quentin Tarantino, known for his bold opinions on Hollywood, has shared his thoughts on Ryan Reynolds, though not directly criticizing him. Instead, Tarantino has expressed strong dislike for modern superhero films, a genre Reynolds is heavily associated with, particularly through Deadpool. The legendary director once stated he has no interest in making a superhero movie, dismissing the genre's dominance in Hollywood. Some believe this stance is partly due to actors like Reynolds, whose comedic and self-aware approach defines a major trend in blockbuster filmmaking. While not a direct critique, Tarantino's views suggest he isn't a fan of Reynolds' signature style.
I mean, I used to collect Marvel comic books. I loved Marvel comic books. If all this was coming out in '86, we'd be all down with it. Met a kid I'd never met before at a party the other day. He asked me about what I felt about superhero movies. He's talking about how he saw the first Iron Man when he was 4. To him, Marvel movies and DC movies are movies. And there's been actually almost no competition to show him that there can be anything else. So going to the movies means going to see those movies.
Adding to the growing speculation surrounding Ryan Reynolds, recent reports suggest he may have excluded his Deadpool co-star Morena Baccarin from promotional activities for Deadpool and Wolverine. A viral TikTok video referenced a blind item from July 2024, alleging that Reynolds completely iced out Baccarin during the film's promotions. Observers noted her absence from many cast interviews and her frequent solo appearances on the red carpet, fueling speculation about a possible rift between the two actors. The situation has left fans questioning the dynamic between Reynolds and Baccarin.
Looks like a pattern is emerging as I found this blind item from July of 2024 stating that Ryan Reynolds completely iced out his co-star, Morena Baccarin, I think it is, and she was not included in any of the promotion for Deadpool and Wolverine. And when you think back to it, yeah, she wasn't. And if you look at the red carpet photos, she's pictured all alone by herself, not with any of the other cast. Just like what Blake did to Justin. So I wonder what the disagreement was there. I wonder if she was questioning some of the jokes in the movie. And of course, Ryan's ego couldn't take it. I'm sure there's some ironclad NDA in there and we'll never know what happened. But the promos and the videos don't lie. She wasn't in any of them with the cast. She was all alone by herself. I'm just hoping she wasn't sent to
The ongoing legal dispute between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has intensified, with Ryan Reynolds now more involved. During SNL's 50th anniversary special, Reynolds made a controversial joke referencing the legal tensions between Lively and Baldoni. SNL's cue card handler, Wally Ferriston, claimed Reynolds pitched the joke himself, though representatives for Reynolds and NBC have denied this. The moment has only added to the drama surrounding the case.
Meanwhile, over the weekend, again, SNL did its 50th anniversary tribute, and there was one moment that seemed to stand out. That was a moment where Tina Fey and Amy Poehler called out Ryan Reynolds in the audience, and it was a little awkward.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds. Hi. Dr. Quinn.
Great. Bye, what have you heard?
Joking about how you and your wife essentially tried to leverage by accusing him of harassment is not amazing. It's not an amazing look. I think it's going to do serious career damage to Ryan Reynolds, and by the evidence, it probably should.
No.
Great.
Why? What have you heard?
This was the first public appearance for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds since she filed her civil rights complaint. This is a big legal battle for the two of them. So we saw Ryan poke fun at their own woes. Right now, they're obviously going through it. And I have to tell you that there actually is expected to be a big update in that legal saga this week. Blake Lively's attorneys have said that they are going to be filing an amended complaint against Justin Baldoni, and the judge set a deadline for tomorrow. So that can be coming very, very soon.
In response to Blake Lively's allegations of misconduct on the set of It Ends With Us, Justin Baldoni has filed a $400 million lawsuit against Lively and Ryan Reynolds. He accuses them of defamation, civil extortion, and invasion of privacy, claiming they orchestrated a campaign to tarnish his reputation.
Justin Baldoni dropped a bombshell on Blake Lively this morning, and he's dragging her husband Ryan Reynolds down with her, suing them both for $400 million. $400 million is a lot of money, and it looks like he's taking down Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist Leslie Sloan. Shout out to the Sloans out there. He's suing on claims of civil extortion, defamation, false light invasion of privacy, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, intentional interference with contractual relations, economic advantage, and much more. He's also calling her out for trying to sell her alcohol brand and sell her hairline while they're promoting a movie about domestic violence.
Newly released raw footage from Justin Baldoni's legal team shows an unscripted slow dance between him and Blake Lively on the set of It Ends With Us. Baldoni's team claims it proves nothing more than professional improvisation. However, critics argue the video undermines Lively's narrative, suggesting it weakens her claims of unwanted advances on set.
It's all part of the It Ends With Us battle. It's called Discovery, where they share all of the information that may prove her case, and also Justin will seek information that will prove his. The only problem is that Justin's side is now responding, saying, hey, this isn't right. They just want blanket call logs of everything that went down. They'll use this to smear my client. So I'm going to share what Justin Baldoni had to say, but let's just do a quick refresher of the subpoenas, and then we've got our lawyer friend explaining why they think this is all just PR. So, sending out a series of subpoenas to cell carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, as well as alleged social media manipulator Jed Wallace, the Gossip Girl vet, and Ryan Reynolds want to get a look at the real receipts.
And then there are other moments to go like, am I the in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that, like, that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled.
While Blake Lively's legal team insists the footage supports her allegations of inappropriate behavior, Justin Baldoni's camp argues the exchange was entirely consensual and harmless. As both sides prepare for a courtroom showdown, the raw footage has fueled public debate over who's telling the truth, leaving fans and industry insiders questioning which side the evidence will ultimately support.
Again, I think that was important because Blake Lively accused Justin Baldoni of acting creepy towards her, how the whole set was super tense all the time. But I don't know, that kind of looks like two co-stars getting along. Moving on to another portion of the video. You know, in her lawsuit, Blake Lively accused Justin Baldoni of making inappropriate comments about her body, which in his lawsuit, Justin Baldoni countered, saying, actually, no, Blake Lively was the one who made fun of my nose. Roll the tape.
So sweet.
My nose is so big.
Every whole big thing. We can address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. Gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds faced backlash for allegedly staging an autograph signing to repair his image amid controversy. The criticism followed Blake Lively's lawsuit against It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni, accusing him of harassment and fat-shaming on set.
I don't know while back, Ryan Reynolds, the guy from Deadpool, was signing some autographs. Cool. Like, not cool. But see, Ryan Reynolds had a problem. People were quick to point out that this whole thing seemed staged, that maybe Ryan's team called professional autograph grifters, people who sell autographs, and said, hey, yo, Ryan's gonna be in this spot. You better show up. And then Ryan looked like Mr. Big Money, Mr. Please, no attention. The question remains, why would Ryan have to do this? Well, you see, Ryan's a bigger problem. And his problem stems from what happened between his wife, Blake Lively, and a guy named Justin.
We need to talk about the fake paparazzi stunt. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds and team decided that they wanted to get in the press, that he's still beloved, that people still love him, and so he was just pictured walking into a random building, and there were all these fans outside with these photos strapped to cardboard for him to sign. We all remember, comma, comma, comma. Yes. None of those bitches had huge cardboard cutouts or pictures of Anne Hathaway, with markers for her to sign. It's all iPhone, take a selfie with me. That's what people want. This entire, alleged setup by his team that he's just, still so sought after. It's just hilarious. It's hilarious.
She's super excited. But the problem is, it ends with us. The movie she was doing was about domestic violence. People were like, yo, man, your tone is a little too jubileal and happy for a domestic violence film. Like Lively said, what them peasants say? People say you were doing too much of this while talking about domestic violence. Like Lively said, okay, so I'm suing Justin Baldoni. People said, what? She said, yeah, y'all saying my tone was too happy and all that in the interviews. I know Justin Baldoni put y'all up to that. Plus, he harassed me. You want to say that?
The New York Times backed Blake Lively, leading to Justin Baldoni losing work. In response, Baldoni countersued Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and the newspaper, accusing them of trying to seize control of the film. He released receipts disputing Lively's claims, while Reynolds allegedly used his influence to get Baldoni fired.
Now, as soon as she says it, the New York Times comes out with an investigative report saying, yo, Blake Lively, probably telling the truth. Justin Baldoni ain't it. It all comes down on Justin Baldoni. People are watching him out. He's losing awards. He's losing work. He gets dropped by his talent agency. But here's where things start to get wicked. Justin Baldoni don't take this lying down. Justin Baldoni decides to pull an Uno reverse card. He says, but it is I who is suing you. He sues Blake Lively, the New York Times, and Ryan Reynolds.
Recent events have intensified scrutiny of Ryan Reynolds' behavior in Hollywood. Notably, Reynolds revealed he had offered a role in Deadpool and Wolverine to filmmaker Jordan Peele, who declined due to other commitments. Reynolds remarked that Peele was busy building a gigantic empire. These incidents have fueled discussions about Reynolds' professional conduct, decision-making, and growing influence in the industry, leaving many to question how he navigates his power and collaborations.
Ryan Reynolds had an ensemble cast of 45 different actors join him for Deadpool and Wolverine. One person who told him no was Jordan Peele. Making Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds' initial plan wasn't to have Hugh Jackman in it and actually just have it be called Deadpool 3. That was because the initial plan for Deadpool 3 was to have it to be a road trip Christmas comedy about Deadpool traveling to the North Pole. Ryan Reynolds, who is a big fan of Jordan Peele's work as a writer, director, and actor, wanted him to play a villain in the movie. Jordan Peele told Ryan Reynolds no, saying he was just too busy doing other projects. Then after Disney bought Fox for $71 billion, there was actually a several-year delay for Deadpool 3, and a lot of things got changed. Years later, Ryan Reynolds asked Jordan Peele to come back and play a villain in Deadpool and Wolverine. He gave the same exact excuse this time, saying he was busy once again. Looking at Jordan Peele's credits, it points to another reason where he used to just act, not direct or write. His more recent credits are him as a director-producer, and he only acts when he's running the project. But also during this period, he was in talks with Marvel about directing a new X-Men trilogy, but that seems to have fizzled out. Very likely, Peele won't act without directing. With that, I'm Charles Pearl. Subscribe, learn something.
The drama between Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds is escalating, with lawsuits, accusations, and even SNL jokes fueling the fire. With so many twists, it's hard to know who's really at fault. What do you think about this messy situation? Drop your opinions below.